Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. This is biology session. You are watching challenges in improving agricultural products part 2. In the part 1 we have discussed some of the factors which are affecting the food production. There are three main stages involved in the crop yield improvement. What are they? Crop variety improvement, crop production improvement, crop protection management. So, out of which we are in the crop variety improvement. Okay. So, here and we discussed that there are two types of crops, kharif crop, rabi crop, along with that jade crops, means the crops which are grown in the summer season, okay, such as muskmelon, watermelon, bitter gourd and pumpkin, they are called jade crops. Okay. In order to produce the seasonal fruits and vegetables, the farmer are growing nowadays these jade crops also. Okay. And the plant products, based on that there are different types of products we are getting from the plants. What are they? Cells, pulses, oil seeds, vegetables, spices, fruits, fodder, etc. Okay. We can divide the classification of the crops based on that production, okay, on the basis of product obtained and on the basis of season. On the basis of season, the crops are kharif crop, rabi crop, jade crop. On the basis of product obtained, cereals, pulses, oils, vegetables, fruits, spices, fodder, etc. Okay. So, children, in today's session we are going to study the importance of the nutrient management and the water, irrigation, how important they are for the crop yield. Okay. So, are you ready children? Let us proceed for the today's session. So, what does a plant do with water? The plant absorbs water from the soil. Okay, what does it do with this water? So, actually the water which is absorbed by the plants is not simply the plain water. The mineral water, the water which is mixed with the mineral salts present in the soil, that water is absorbed by the plants through roots. Okay. You already studied the plant tissue like xylem. Xylem tissue helps in the absorption of water and mineral salts. So, we saw that plant combines water and carbon dioxide with the help of sunlight to produce carbohydrates. What is this process called? Photosynthesis. The photosynthesis is the process during which the plant absorbs water from the soil, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, sunlight from the atmosphere, and in the presence of green pigment called chlorophyll, they synthesize the food material in the form of carbohydrate, that is starch. It is this process is called as a photosynthesis. Okay. The starch is one of the product which is formed during the process. So, different types of sugars and cellulose are also the carbohydrates. A chemical analysis will show that 100 grams of water react with 260 grams of carbon dioxide to form 180 grams of carbohydrate. Okay. Here what happened? Water, H2O plus carbon dioxide will form the carbohydrate or starch. So, let us say C6H12O6. Okay. So, this taken n times represent the starch. Okay. So, here 100 grams of water, 100 grams of water in one experiment or in one analysis, what they have found is 100 grams of water reacts with 260 grams of carbon dioxide, 260 grams of carbon dioxide, which results in the formation of 180 grams of starch or glucose. Okay. Carbohydrate is formed. So, here but the plant does not use all the water. So, here water 100 plus 260 total 360 grams it must be, but here only 180 grams is produced. So, what is the reason behind it? Means the plant is not utilizing the total water absorbed through its roots for the production of carbohydrates. Okay, actually most of its water evaporates in the form of water vapor, okay, through the leaves, that is called the transpiration. So, to know that one simple activity is given. To take a polythene bag, cover the bag on leaves and tie it with thread tightly such that no external air enters inside, and keep it for 4 to 5 hours. Then you observe it. So, what did you find in the polythene bag? You will find some water droplets layer on the upper surface of the polythene cover. So, where did they come from? They come from the leaves. Okay. Do this experiment during daytime and night time separately, so that you can note the differences in your notebook. Okay. So, this is called transpiration. That experiment is called transpiration. So, when we tie a polythene cover, okay, keeping the leaves inside, okay, we have not detached the leaves are still attached to the plant. So, during daytime, as the water which is absorbed through the roots, only 2% of that water is used by the plant for the purpose of the photosynthesis, but the remaining water will be eliminated through the leaf apertures, they are called stomata. Okay, that process is called transpiration. You will find the water droplets inside the cover after 4 to 5 hours. So, if you tie a plastic bag over a leaf, you will be able to see how much water a plant releases in the air. Okay. It is estimated that a plant uses only 0.1% of water it absorbs to form carbohydrate, but the remaining water, that means if a plant absorbs 1 liter of water, only 1 milliliter, 1 ml will be used to produce carbohydrate, but the remaining 99 ml will be, okay, wasted or will be eliminated out in the form of a water vapor. The remaining 999 ml of this water will be in the form of water vapor eliminate from the leaves. Okay. So, 1000 ml if you take 1 liter, out of which only 1 ml of water is used by the plant for the production of carbohydrate, remaining 999 ml will be eliminated out in the form of water vapor. So, that process transpiration. Okay. The relationship between the water and the crop yields. So, this is very important. In order to obtain the good produce, the farmer have to carry out agricultural practices sequentially. Okay. Actually, in India, the farming ranges from a very small setup to large farms. There is a direct relationship between the inputs and yield. So, based on which the production practices can be categorized. Okay, that is no cost production, low cost production and high cost production. Okay. So, that and we will discuss the relation between the water and the crop yield. So, you may have wondered what the difference it would make if water is scarce, when only 0.1% of the water is used to produce the carbohydrate by the plant. So, you may get a doubt, then why to pour a bucket of water? No need. Okay. That like that of opinion you may get, but water plays very important role. Okay. Let us investigate the matter a little more in depth. Okay. One graph is representing graph 2. Below they tell us how much water evaporates from the plants in different seasons. Okay. Here in the month of January to December in the x axis, and the amount of water in the y axis. So, water evaporates from the plant in mm, okay, in millimeters. So, January very less, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So, each dot represent 1 month. Okay. In January it is only some 80 mm, in the month of February 100, March 155, and April more than 170, May more than 250 mm. Okay. In June, okay, just 230, again coming down. July again 170, August 145, again September again increased. Okay. So, like that the amount of water evaporates in climate, when the it depends upon the climatic conditions, it depends upon the changes in the climate, temperature, humidity, okay, all those factors will influence the loss of water by the plant. Okay. So, the relationship between the water and crop yields. Find out from the graph the months in which the most water evaporates in the month of April, May. Okay. So, these 2 months, January, February, March, April, May, June, you can see. So, these are the same months in monsoon season when the rainfall is heavy? No. Okay. June, July, August, you can see here the monsoon seasons. So, how does the availability of more water affect the plant? Okay. So, due to this mechanism of evaporation of excess of water in the form of water vapor through the leaves, this is called transpiration. So, this mechanism helps the plant to overcome this the water fluctuations. Okay. So, let us now look at an interesting fact. The most of the water released by plants evaporate from the leaves. The leaves have tiny microscopic holes, they are called stomata. So, water evaporates through these natural holes, stomata. So, we know that more water evaporates when the weather is hot. In such a situation, the stomata begin to close. Okay. So, there is a mechanism, natural mechanism in the plant. If more water is lost, again there is a chance of the death of the cells present in the plant. So, in that such a hot situation, what happened? The stomata begin to close, so that only small amount of water will be evaporated. So, this lessens the amount of water that evaporates from the leaves. So, it is a natural mechanism. The structure of that stomata is such that it will coordinates it will help according to the climatic conditions. This stomata will open and close. Okay. For example, this figure 1 represent the open stomata, and figure 2 represent the stoma closed. This is closed one. So, this is open one. Okay. So, it is epidermal, means the epidermis of the leaf, the outer surface of the leaf possesses small apertures. They are called stoma or stomata. Okay. So, it consists of 2 guard cells, okay, kidney shaped cells surrounded by these epidermal cells. Okay. And these guard cells are also containing the chloroplast, where the photosynthesis process takes place. They possess the vacuole, okay, and nucleus, and the gap present between these 2 guard cells, that is called stoma opening. Okay. Whenever the excess of water is present in the plant body, this stoma will open and the excess water will be eliminated out in the form of a water vapor. In that experiment which we have conducted, a polythene cover tying to the leaves. Okay. Do you remember, children? Yes, let us proceed. We learnt in the chapter nutrition in plants in 7th class, okay, that the plants absorb carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide also enters the leaves through the stomata only. Okay. The stomata acts like a lungs of the plant, which are useful for the exchange of gases, the carbon dioxide, oxygen, and even water vapor. Okay. So, when the weather is hot, the stomata close. What effect would this have on the absorption of carbon dioxide by the plant? So, what effect would a change in the amount of carbon dioxide observed have on the growth of the plant? So, this is very, very important. We need a good quantity and quality of the food for our healthy growth and development. Similarly, plants also require certain types of nutrients in sufficient quantities, which they obtain from air, water, and soil. There are 16 nutrients that are necessary for the functioning of plants. Out of these 16 nutrients, the 13 are obtained from the soil and are present in their inorganic elemental form. Okay. So, in the further we are going to discuss the classification of the elements based on the quantity of nutrients required by the plants. Okay. So, what effect would the change in the amount of carbon dioxide observed have on the growth of the plant? So, the carbon dioxide is required for the preparation of a starch. In the similar manner, as the stomata close, the doubt here is when excess of when the weather is very hot, the stomata will close. Okay. A slight opening will be there through which this required amount of carbon dioxide enters inside. Okay. So, if the plant does not get water at this time, what effects would this have on its growth? Definitely, there is a plant get wilted, okay, due to the hot conditions. So, discuss in your class and find out the reasons for the death of the plant, or the plant becomes weak. Okay. What are the factors influencing the growth of the plant? So, the plants cannot absorb the nutrients directly from the soil. Actually, as it is, the nutrients are not absorbed by the roots of the plant. Only the nutrients that dissolve in water, it is absorbed by the roots of the plants. So, when the water is not available, then automatically the plants cannot absorb the nutrients. So, we discussed about the transportation of substances in the chapter transportation of substances through plasma membrane. The plasma membrane lesson, third lesson which we have studied, okay, the fourth lesson. So, after animal tissues, plasma membrane, okay, in that chapter we have studied the plant cell also in the function of that plasma membrane also we have studied. It is a semi permeable membrane, isn't it? So, try to think of how this xylem and phloem are useful in the transportation. Okay. So, this is very important to know. So, what are the main water sources in your village? So, try to answer these questions, children, for agriculture. So, some villages they possess canals, in some villages they possess okay, only the tube wells, bore wells. Okay. How the farmer utilize them? The paddy require more quantity of water, as we know that. So, can you give such examples? Okay, discuss. Okay, cultivation of paddy, wheat and sugar cane are suitable where places have rich water. Okay, water resources based on that they are water dependent crops they are. Okay, if we cultivate such crops under the wells and bore wells, what will happen? Okay. So, sufficient water supply is required for these crops, especially the kharif season, those crops can be grown. So, most of the farmers of our state they cultivate the crops like paddy, sugarcane, irrespective of proper availability of water. So, only because of supporting price and marketing facility. So, the farmers invest more on irrigation of water, electricity bills, pesticides and fertilizers. Okay. So, agriculture officer advised to cultivate dry land crops, they are called Arundhati Pantalu, okay, in less water areas or in drought areas. So, and also to practice different water management practices. So, make a list of crops which require less amount of water. Okay. Next, there is a practice called drip irrigation. It is a good practice in agriculture to prevent water wastage. Okay, the main duty of these agricultural officers, they will conduct the meetings with the farmers and they will educate the farmer. So, which method of cultivation is suitable to the land in that area, okay, and what type of fertilizers and what is the time for the addition of fertilizers and the time for irrigation, how many times that crop is to be irrigated, and all these suggestions to be followed by the farmers which they get from the agriculture officers to get maximum benefits. In drip irrigation is the method the water is supplied through small pipes. So, these pipes have small holes through which water passes out in the form of drop by drop. Okay, this drip irrigation method is well suitable for horticulture crops like fruit yielding crops, flower yielding crops. Okay. Okay, children. So, this proper irrigation, nutrient management, irrigation methods, advantages and disadvantages of these chemical fertilizers and all those things. The advantages of irrigation, what is irrigation actually? The process of supplying water artificially to the crop plants growing in the field at regular intervals is called as a irrigation. This is the definition which you have studied in your lower classes. Okay. Water is one of the essential requirements for the functioning of plant. However, we are dependent on rainfall for water, isn't it? Rainfall in India is unevenly distributed and is characterized by uncertainty and irregularity, isn't it? Hence, the farmer are dependent on the process of irrigation. If the rainfall is seasonal, okay, nowadays the rainfall is only we are depending on the cyclonic rainfall, isn't it? Right. So, more about this we are going to discuss in the next class. Hope you followed, children. Please read the textbook. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.